Hello, and welcome to this channel's Celebrity Facts and Stories. Let's delve into the fascinating lifestyle and decorated career of Mitch Johnson, who is an American professional basketball coach and former player who is the newly appointed head coach of the San Antonio Spurs, taking over after Gregg Popovich stepped down. Johnson had been with the Spurs organization for nearly a decade, serving as an assistant coach before stepping in as interim head coach last season. Before coaching, Johnson played college basketball at Stanford University and had a brief professional career in the G League and Europe. His coaching journey started with the Austin Spurs, the Spurs G League affiliate, where he helped lead the team to a championship in 2018. Now, as the full-time head coach, Johnson is tasked with leading the Spurs into a new era, working with young talent like Victor Wembanyama. In this video, we explore various aspects of his lifestyle and college career, including his age, parents, girlfriend, early life, family, cars, houses, business ventures and endorsements, future aspirations, awards and net worth. But before we proceed, please don't forget to like, leave a comment, share, and subscribe for more interesting and similar content. Johnson was the acting head coach for San Antonio's final 77 games of the 2024-25 season and went 32-45 in those games, after Popovich, who spent 29 seasons at the helm, suffered a stroke in the Spurs arena a few hours before their game against the Minnesota Timberwolves on November 2nd. 2024. Mitch Johnson will begin a new career chapter as the Spurs' next head coach after Gregg Popovich stepped down and transitioned to the role of president of basketball operations on Friday, May 2nd. Johnson, who stands at 6 feet 1 inches and weighs 185 pounds, was born on November 29th, 1986 to John Johnson and Jenny Redman in Seattle, Washington, United States. Mitch Johnson's father, John Johnson, was a former NBA player who played as a small forward. He had a 12-year career in the NBA, playing for teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers, Portland Trail Blazers, Houston Rockets, and Seattle Supersonics. Johnson was a two-time NBA All-Star and won an NBA championship in 1979 with the Seattle Supersonics. He was known for his versatility and was considered one of the first point forwards in NBA history. Mitch Johnson attended Odia High School from 2002 to 2005 and played basketball under coach Phil Lumpkin, where he was the team captain. During his time at Odia, he was a 4-time All-Metro selection, 3-time All-Area honor, 2-time All-State, MVP of state tournament and Metro Conference MVP. He averaged 22 points and 8 assists in his senior season and had helped lead Odia to 2 state championships. Johnson played college basketball at Stanford University for the Cardinal from 2005 to 2009. Johnson played 30 games during his freshman season 2005 to 2006, starting in 20 of them. During his freshman season, he recorded a total of 98 assists and 25 steals, which is the second most on the team. Johnson was an all-freshman team honorable mention pick. During Johnson's sophomore season, 2006 to 2007, he played 31 games and started 20 games. Johnson played in all 36 of his team's games while starting in 35 games in his junior season, 2007 to 2008. Johnson started all 32 games in which he played during his senior season, 2008 to 2009. He achieved more than 500 career assists on March 5th, winning against Arizona State. On March 12th, Johnson moved to second place on Stanford's assist list after recording 5 assists against Washington. After leaving Stanford, Johnson went undrafted in the 2009 NBA draft. He joined the Tulsa 66ers on November 1st, 2009, where he played professional basketball. On December 16, 2009, Johnson was waived by the 66ers. Johnson played professionally across the G League and Europe for 3 years, before deciding to follow his heart and pursue coaching. Before coaching for the Austin Spurs, Johnson was a coaching intern for Seattle University in 2011, served as a coach for an AAU team in the Nike Elite Youth Basketball League, and became an assistant coach for the Portland Pilots of the University of Portland. Johnson was an assistant coach for the Pilots during the 2015 to 2016 season. Johnson started his NBA coaching career as an assistant coach with the Austin Spurs in 2016. Johnson won the G League championship with the Austin Spurs in 2018. On September 20th, 2019, the San Antonio Spurs hired Johnson to be an assistant coach for head coach Gregg Popovich. He was promoted by the Spurs to be a full-time assistant coach on November 12, 2020, and he replaced assistant coach Tim Duncan, who stepped down from his position on the Spurs. On May 15, 2021, Johnson was the interim head coach in a 140-103 loss against the Phoenix Suns as Popovich watched Tim Duncan's induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Johnson was the interim head coach again in a 110-99 win against the Indiana Pacers on March 2, 2023, as Popovich was unable to coach due to an illness. On November 2, 2024, Popovich was sidelined indefinitely from coaching due to a health issue, which was eventually revealed to be a stroke, and Johnson became the Spurs' interim head coach. He started coaching the Spurs on November 2nd in a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, having been informed 2.5 hours before tip-off that Popovich wasn't available to coach because of illness, and the Spurs won 113-103 against the Timberwolves. This is also the third time Johnson has served as the interim head coach of the Spurs. Johnson served as the interim head coach until the end of the 2024-2025 season due to Popovich sitting out from coaching for the rest of the season. On May 2nd, 2025, Johnson was promoted to become the head coach of the Spurs, following Popovich's decision to step down after 29 seasons. Mitch Johnson's estimated net worth in 2025 is around $1 million. His earnings primarily come from his NBA coaching career, where he previously served as an assistant coach before being promoted to head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. His salary as an assistant coach was estimated to be between $800,000 and $1 million annually, and as a head coach, his salary likely increased to around $2 million per year. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to click like and also leave a comment, share, and subscribe.